Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Professor Phelyx, and I'm here to offer you a word of caution. Tonight's performance may shock you, it may thrill you, it might bring you to the brink of titillation or to the threshold of utter terror. This is achievable only by the twisted mind of a deranged madman, or in this case, woman. Tonight you will experience mayhem, violence, and the ever-prevalent but hardly understood nature of the primitive human mind. You are alone in this realm with nothing to separate you from the atrocities that lie ahead. You are cut off from the outside world. Don't try calling for help, for none will come. In fact, it is better to turn off all electronic devices at this time. Failure to do so might find you at the center of a cannibalistic nightmare from which there is no waking. The lights from your cellular phones might not just distract, but attract the savages to you. We find it safer to simply remain hidden in the dark. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lannie's Clocktower Cabaret. The show is about to begin.
The outbreak occurred around midnight last night. Sources yet unknown. Symptoms include enhanced aggression, the ability to withstand immense bodily trauma. Greater Denver region has been overrun, and we are getting reports as far as Seattle, New York, London. Plague has spread. The President of the United States has declared a state of emergency. All residents are urged to remain indoors and to barricade themselves inside. Under no circumstances are civilians to come into contact with the carriers of the plague. The military has ordered all civilians to shoot the infected on sight. And now it's time for The World We Live In. Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another exciting episode of Professor Phelyx's Zombie 101. Today we are going to talk about what happens to your body and brain when you become one of the undead and the dangers associated with it. And here's your host to tell you all about it, Professor Phelyx.
Hello out there. I hope this finds you all alive and well. Today we're going to discuss a very serious topic, the human brain. More specifically, what happens to the human brain when it's infected with the zombie virus. But first we need to explore what causes a zombie outbreak. Join me and let's have a look. There are 5 main causes for a zombie outbreak. The first is black magic, more commonly known as voodoo. Sometimes a strong electrical charge can return synapse activity in a corpse, restoring its basic motor functions and primitive thought processes. There are rumors that the military was conducting experiments in order to create the perfect soldier. The notion that a parasite could enter the brain and take control of a host's body is also a theory as to the origins of a zombie plague. And last, but certainly not least, invaders from another planet. I know you may be wondering what all of these things have in common. The answer was first uncovered by none other than Jan van der Haven, who first discovered the zombie virus. It was recorded by Max Brooks, a leading authority in the continuing war on the zombie threat. The virus is simply known as solanum. What's the matter, little Susie?
Well, gee, Professor, this all sounds really scientific, but what is it that Salem does?
Come on over. It's an excellent question, Susie. Let me take some time with you and I'll show you. When a human comes in contact with a zombie and becomes infected, either through a bite or blood transmission from the infected host, this allows solanum to enter the bloodstream. Solanum will then travel through the bloodstream up to the brain. Once the virus has been introduced into the brain, it proceeds to use cells of the frontal lobe for replication, destroying the original host cells in the process. The body ceases to function, rendering the victim dead. The brain is rendered dormant during this time, allowing the virus to mutate into a completely new organ. Once this mutation is complete, a process ranging from 5 minutes to several hours, the body is reanimated, a new brain having formed with the most basic primal instincts. We now have a zombie, or a member of the living dead.
Gee, Professor, that sure is neat.
It's a fascinating process, Susie, but you wouldn't want it to happen to you.
I sure don't, Professor.
Do you have your paddywhacker, Susie?
I sure do, Professor.
Good girl. Run along now. I'm sure your mother wouldn't want you to be out past dark.
Thanks, Professor.
Today's program is brought to you by
The Paddywhacker, the leading in self-defense against zombie scourge, now available in handy child sizes.
Now I can smash zombies into patties too!
The Paddywhacker, available in convenience stores everywhere, by Romero Corp.
Now that you understand what happens to the human mind when infected, let's discuss treatment and self-defense.